Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Alright, so, as you know, I have not been doing a lot of videos, but I do have a reason. I've been hiding a little low, trying to stay under the radar, 'cause I don't know. For the past month or so, I've had this evil entity after me. I I have a Aggro Thunderpaw after me, so I've been kinda watching my back for that. And I figure I better get out this video before something unexpected happens to me. Like, who knows? Who knows what could happen? I've been hearing some weird sounds rumbling. Yeah. I better get through these questions. So, yeah. With that, let's start with question number 1. Alright, so what type of games do I like to play? In general, I I like to play a bunch of games. But if I had to pick one specific genre that I had to highlight what shaped my video game hobby, it's gotta be probably the side-scrolling platformer genre. Super Mario Brothers was the first game I ever probably played, to be honest. First game I ever owned. Yeah. So it definitely, I think I kind of have just a more general kind of fun when I'm playing platformers over a lot of other genres, I would say. Um, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 kind of goes along with that too. I did not play it as early on in my video game lifespan, but it's definitely a game I keep coming back to. So whether it be on cartridge form or on one of the many Sega compilation games that have been released over the years. So yeah, that is definitely the best answer I can give for question number 1. Question number 2. How much time on average do I spend playing video games? This is a little bit of a difficult one because I get into video game droughts, especially more so now than I did when I was younger, so it's kind of hard to judge on average. Um, I can go several weeks without playing a video game, and there'll be like the last couple of weeks where over 3 days I spent 40 hours in a video game. So it really is on a case-to-case basis with me. When it So I would say on average, if it's on average, it's probably only like 3 or 4 hours a week. But with the way I game, it's kind of never on that average point. Like, I either go through a drought where I don't play a lot of gaming within weeks, or when I do game, it's like, oh gosh, I'm gonna sink 40 hours right then and now into this. Um, I want to get better with that going into next year, so I'm probably planning to do a lot more streaming and stuff in the upcoming year, just to kind of, well, play what I have here. So, yeah, that is the best answer I can give for question number two, to be honest. Question number three. And yes, that is three fingers. um, do you think video games can be educational? For sure. Yeah. There is on the very, very base sense where, I mean, we had educational games growing up when back on the, I was just mentioning this the other night on Aggie Stream. We at school in the in elementary school we had Apple II computers, and they would provide us educational video games. And on that front, yes, they most definitely can be educational, but not on just educational games alone. Um, in general, games kind of give you hand-eye coordination and just your reflexes and stuff. It's a way to work it. So, on that front as well, just playing video games, it can develop your mind in certain ways, give you a better skill set when it comes to your hand-eye coordination and stuff like that. Now, here lately, my reflexes have not been that great, but I still I still think I do relatively well. And I can probably thank that to video games. So yes, most definitely, video games can be educational in more than just the, oh, here's an educational game kind of way. So yes. Question number 4. Um, what don't you like about video games? Um, Probably my current answer at the moment. Um, Simple answer, probably just some of the techniques, or not techniques, but some of the things going on with modern gaming. I definitely don't like the video game, uh, where the video game kind of media is going. I I don't actually play that many modern video games due to this, but um, I'm not a huge fan of the whole um, live service video games. It feels very, I don't know. I don't feel like there's any um, good meat on them video games to dig into for me. Um, Most of it boils down to, now these are my words and my opinions, obviously, so don't take my words as fact. So, but I will say, in my personal opinion, it just feels kind of like a lot of it comes down to like shallow multiplayer kind of thing, and that's just not for me. I feel like with older games, I get more of a one-to-one kind of um I'll use the term relationship with the video game. Um I feel like with older video games, there was something for me to grip onto to experience with this video game, where a lot of stuff nowadays it just kind of feels very okay, well that's sort of cool, but I don't know, it just does not grip me. It does not give me the same feel as the way older games were developed. Outside of a few, like, and a lot of them comes down to like remakes of older games and stuff that still give me um an excellent example would be one I'm playing through, well, just started playing through. Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. I always get the 2D and HD backwards whenever I try to say it off the top of my head. But yeah, um, that game in particular, it still feels old school. Like they kept the base of the game. So it definitely gives you an old school kind of RPG feel, which is awesome. Um, it's awesome that gamers in this generation can still experience some things that is would be considered a little archaic or in game design and such. So I think that's pretty cool. But in general, live service games, in general, modern gaming, I just is not what I like about video games now. With live service, then you got loot boxes, and then day one DLCs, and then expansion pass DLC expansion passes. Um, if day one patches, just games releasing broken just because they can patch it to fix it. They release stuff broken. Um, I don't want to necessarily. I'm trying to use my. This is a good question. I'm trying to use my words wisely. So it's gonna make it sound like I'm calling the developers lazy. That is not what I'm trying to say. The game developers put in hard work all the time, but um, a lot of times they are on a time crunch and they don't get to really finish the game, and um, a lot of times the publisher kind of throws the devs under the bus to release the game now and just fix it as it goes along, blah blah blah. And it really makes me not want to support certain games due to that aspect. I haven't bought Star Wars Outlaws. I don't plan on buying Assassin's Creed Shadows. Um, it's an aspect of modern gaming that really kind of bugs me, actually. And maybe I'm just uh, an old soul, a old gaming soul, but modern gaming really bugs me in some aspects now. So I I make it a point to kind of hold out to see what kind of games they re-release that I might be interested in, cause none of the modern stuff or at least not a lot of it, is really ticking with me. And yes, that was a really long answer for question 4. And so I hope you enjoyed that answer, but I think I got my point across well enough. Question number 5. 5. Okay. How much do you spend on video games? Um, well, let's see. Let's see. I spent in January, then in February, then no, I'm kidding. That is not a something I can answer accurately either, at least not based on what I've been doing this year anyways. Um, because I was subscribed to them video game subscription boxes, so that count towards it. Um, I just went to a game convention, but I only spent like $150 there, so that was pretty minor. But then back in June, I bought $1,000 mystery box of video games. So, speaking of which, if you haven't saw that video, that's a pretty neat video. If you want to look it up on my channel. um, but yeah, so I'm kind of all over the place. Now I have kind of slowed down on buying. Um, I bought these two games, Dragon Quest III and Sonic and Shadow Generations. That's what I bought in the past month. Um, Before that, the only new game I got was like Astrobot. I picked up some stuff from the convention, which I'll probably show in another video. I need to get around to making some more videos, but I really want to slow down. I think my plan going into next year is going to be I'm going to build up a savings budget for video games. Then, when a convention comes along, then I'll break out the spending. Till then, I'm just gonna buy one-off new games that I might be interested in or something throughout next year. That is my plan. Um, so on average this year, I probably spent about $100 a month, considering I bought that $1,000 mystery box. But going into next year, I might only spend big one time a year, so we will see how that goes. But I want to give myself time to play through my collection that I have now, because I need to do that. Plus, I have games on Steam too, and stuff like that. But yeah, that is my plan. I know it's not a direct answer, but it is an answer going forward. What's that? I hear something. Something's creeping. What is it? You see it too, Teddy. I know you do. Don't you dare come near me. I will get you. I think I scared it off, so let's continue through these questions. Uh, we are on question 6. All right. All right. What is your favorite game console? Past gaming. Um, this is a tough one. I have experiences on all game consoles. Um, um, I probably have to say PlayStation 2. I have great experiences on GameCube. I have great experience on the Super Nintendo. But I think PlayStation 2 is where I played the most games, and it's just where a good portion of my. Oh gosh, N64 was good too, but I think I have to go with PlayStation 2. It's just. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, PlayStation 2. Alright, and seven. Seven, somewhere. Da, da, da. Okay. What is your favorite video game movie? Now, that is a very specific. I'm reading that as my personal favorite movie, not what is the best Oh, cats, you just go everywhere, don't you? I think you knocked off. Yeah. Okay, I'll get that later. So not what is the best adaptation, but my favorite video game movies. Well, movie. I could not pick one. Um, you're gonna laugh at this because um, I have more of a serious movie and more of a guilty pleasure movie. Serious movie, though some of you would put this as a guilty pleasure, but and not serious. But I think from the acting and production, it's a serious enough movie. Resident Evil. Um, First movie was, I don't know. I hear people. I can definitely see the sequels being thumbs down and just doesn't live up to the name. And although this is not a perfect adaptation, I think as a standalone movie, this is a fantastic video game movie. Um, and going more on the guilty pleasure side, though, um, it could also be Double Dragon, but I haven't watched Double Dragon in a good minute, and I don't own it, so we're gonna go with Mortal Kombat. Um, the first one, obviously. Annihilation was bad. I think you can get I think you can get enjoyment out of this even today. I may try to experience with I may try to experience this with some people that's never actually watched this. So, to get their initial reaction to this. And I think that might be I think that might be a good test to see if that film still holds up. But yeah, I know I had two answers there, but um, there's just so many aspects to just video games in general and the movies and stuff. Which brings us to our next question, which is question 8. What is your favorite video game? Um, Obviously, this kind of answer can change based on a rainy day and your mood of the day and um I'm gonna play this answer safe. I could say I could say Sonic 2. I could say Super Mario Brothers because I enjoy to go back and play them. Obviously, I rank them high. To say something is my favorite video game, I it really has to be like a top 10 kind of thing. I think. But to give you guys a satisfying answer, just to throw out what's on my mind, obviously I am going to pick Dragon Quest V. This is a reproduction. It never came out on Super Nintendo in America, just Super Famicom. Um, yeah. I played this after high school, and it was my first traditional turn-based RPG. But I don't only own this. I also have, oh, one, two. Thank you. I'm gonna keep that in just because, yeah, I'm that professional. I also imported Dragon Quest V on the PlayStation 2. Again, this only released in Japan, but I do have the fan translation my on the rip of the game that I ripped to my PC, so it's cool. But on top of that, I also own Dragon Quest V on the DS, which arguably I probably paid more money than I should have on this, but yes. And if they ever make a HD 2D remake of the Dragon Quest 4 through 6, I'll definitely pick it up again just because the story was awesome for me. Again, to call it my favorite video game, I can say it's my favorite RPG for sure, but it's just such a hard question to answer. Just so simply. But yeah, I'll go with Dragon Quest V. And now we're getting close to the end. We have question 9. What is your favorite video game character? Again, not such a simple answer. Favorite video game character? I'm gonna say it. Waluigi. Yeah. That's your answer. Just Waluigi. It's always the right answer. Always. It doesn't matter the question. Just answer Waluigi. It's always right. Everyone can agree with that, right? Right. Alright. Okay. Make sure I don't have any kind of aggro Thunderpaw sneaking up on me while I try to finish this off. What is your least favorite type of game? This is probably the easiest question for me. And it's not even like they're bad games. I just don't enjoy the gameplay. It doesn't give me enough to come back to, I guess. And I can only play them like 10 minutes at a time. These arcade-based, like, puzzle games like Tetris and Dr. Mario, I just don't. I can't play them for long periods of times, and that's just how it goes. But yeah, that is your 10 questions. I wish I could end up on a more deep answer than that. Oh, I guess so I don't get stuck with this evil entity that I have to look behind my back for the whole time. I should pass it on to someone else, right? Isn't that what this whole challenge thing is about? Um, who do I pass it off to? Alright, so I am going to challenge these 10 questions. I'm gonna send the evil entity your way, the Nerd Life. He is a great channel. He does vlog type unboxing videos, and yeah, I think he has some interesting answers for these kind of questions. But yeah, so the questions are simple. You saw the questions in this video. 10 questions, or answer 10 questions, or I guess you die or something. I don't know. Apparently, um, I don't know. It works something. But yes, I will challenge the Nerd Life to answer these. He should have fun with this. Get this Aggro Thunderpaw thing off my back already. Well, I hope, but in all seriousness, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had fun with it. I'm sorry for the late response. I had things going on and just, yeah, it's been. But I had fun with this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.